The first 3 games of the year, Georgia, App State, NC State. So just is it game by game, or do you kind of like section out the year in terms of how you feel about each section of the year?
Coach Sweeney likes to actually section it out by first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. But the way I see it is one game at a time. Honestly, just having the opportunity to play a game, not knowing if I will be able to play the next game. I just put my effort into one single game at a time.
There's some really standout ACC running backs here today. You've seen a few of them before. You'll see Waters in a different ACC uniform this year. Just anything on this conference being so dominant with the running back talent?
Yeah, we have a lot of talent at running back, and I really feel like the ACC has just done a great job in being known for that. And that's one big reason I wanted to come here. Just seeing guys like Wayne Gallman come from my high school, go to Clemson, Travis Etienne. It's just giving me great confidence in choosing Clemson.
And obviously you'll miss Shipley, you do miss Shipley. But the opportunity to kind of just like stay on for drives and possessions, pass, pick up, run, catch, being the 3-down element this year, obviously you want this year to be the year of years, right? So just staying on the field for every down and being a 3-down back and really exploding in that role this year.
I'm just excited for the opportunity, honestly, the opportunity to help my team, to individually show what I can do on the field, and just give it another year, another shot to go win. And that's just really the greatest thing, the greatest opportunity I have, just to build memories with my teammates and just to build connections.
You talk about your mindset in the man room. How do you think kind of your leadership kind of role has evolved in your time at Clemson?
My mindset has helped a lot. Just one thing I say all the time is just getting closer to God. As my faith increases, that keeps me locked in my mindset, having integrity, doing what I need to do every day. It allows me to take charge of my life so that I can help others take charge of their life, and just to lift them up in any way I can.
Coach Sweeney last week talked about the last 3 years. They've been good, but not great. What do y'all need to do this year to have a great season?
On offense in particular, we need to take care of the football first and foremost, and secondly, we need to finish in the red zone. We really need to finish in the red zone, and if we do those two things, I feel like we'll have a great year.
You talked about your nutrition next door. What about anything kind of on the field that you've been working on or kind of honing in heading into this season?
On the field, I've been really focusing on my speed this year, doing a lot of speed training, and that's one thing I really just hope to show this year is my speed.
Awesome.
Phil, unfortunately, injuries happen, and unfortunately, you saw a couple of injuries last year. What advice do you have for players that are currently going through the injury bug, because there's frustration and all that? What advice can you give them, and what do you do to try to prevent future injuries?
One piece of advice I would give them is just don't give up. You can go through tough times, but as long as you keep going, you're always going to get out of it. And one way that I try to prevent injuries is doing prehab. I do prehab every single day on any part of my body, just to make myself 1% better every day.
Last year, you just came up short despite injuries. You almost had 1,000 yards this year. So is that going to be obviously one of your top goals, or is there more to it than just that?
I'll say there's more to it than just that, but yeah, definitely breaking 1,000 is one of my goals. But one of my big goals is just to pour all of it out, pour out everything I have for my teammates, and just to encourage them. This being my last year, I just want to leave a mark on my teammates and on the university.
My last question for you. I know ETN is busy with the offseason and everything, but has he reached out to you? Has Shipley reached out to you? Who have you talked to for past the line?
I've talked to ETN for sure. I've talked to him, had a couple conversations with him. Wayne Gallman, as I said, he went to my high school. I was able to talk to him. He was at some of our games. He was at the spring game. Had good conversations with him. And Shipley, he was my roommate, so I spent so much time with him. I was just down training with him a couple weeks ago, and he's doing great. It's awesome to have those connections.
What advice have they given you?
Just to have fun this year. You know, this being my last year, have fun, and just leave it all out on the field.
Have you imparted that wisdom to some of the younger running backs in the room?
Can you repeat that, please?
Say, have you imparted some of that wisdom that you learned from the older Clemson running backs to the younger running backs in the room for Clemson?
Yeah, I just try to uphold the standard. There's a standard in the running back room. Coach Spiller being there, being like the OG of the room, he sets that standard. I just relay it to everyone else, and that's just my job.
You mentioned the offensive line earlier in the main room. How have they looked in the spring and entering the summer practices?
Oh, they looked amazing, honestly. Matt Luke coming in here and just changing our O-line. He's a great coach. Just having 4 starters back and having guys that have started the games all back, it's been amazing. Having Ryan Lipper come in there at center this year has been great. And I just see a more mature offensive line, guys that know what to do, know what to expect. And I'm just really excited to see what they're going to do this year.